Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Waterbury Arts Magnet School class of 2016 commencement exercises. Please remain standing. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Chorus.
The chorus will be led by Mrs. Vagnini, accompanied by Mr. Joe Giacovino.
How about another round of applause for that wonderful rendition, our choir? All right, you may be seated all. Good evening. My name is Joseph Knoll. I'm one of the assistant principals here at the Waterbury Arts Magnet School. I have the pleasure of guiding us through our program this evening. First of all, I want to welcome and say good evening to all of you, parents, family and friends, faculty, and our distinguished guest, President of the Board of the Waterbury Education, Ms. Elizabeth Brown, Commissioner of the Board of Education, Mr. Charles Stango, and Commissioner of the Board of Education, Mr. John Theriault, along with the Instructional Leadership Director for High Schools in Waterbury, Mr. Paul White. And mainly, and most importantly to all of you, the graduating class of Waterbury Arts Magnet School 2016. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special evening, and we have provided an enjoyable agenda that will conclude with the best part, the awarding of the diplomas for our graduates. Before doing so, at this time, I would like to call upon the senior class president, Marlene Cabella, to address the graduates. Marlene.
Good evening, teachers, administrators, friends, and loved ones. I would like to welcome you all to the WAMS Class of 2016 graduation. Before I start bragging about how awesome my entire class is, I'd like to take the time to honor all of the parents, guardians, and those that aren't here who made it possible for us to graduate today. It is the parents and the people who care so much about us that instilled into us the importance of our education. I'd like to say thank you. You have raised some intelligent, talented, and determined students. I'd like to thank our advisors, Mr. Brady and Mr. Schulte, for going above and beyond their responsibilities as class advisors. I'd also like to thank all of the teachers who never gave up on us and made it possible for us to be here today. I'd also like to thank all the lunch ladies who made Taco Tuesday a special occasion here at WAMS. I'd also like to thank you guys, the students, for allowing me to serve as your class president. It has truly been an honor these past couple of years. Fellow graduates, for most of us, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. We've been working so hard, and today's where it all pays off. It's been some time. 7 years, 84 months, 365 weeks, 2,555 days, 21,320 hours, and 3,679,200 minutes that make up the time since it's been since the 6th grade. I mean, who's really counting? Most of that time was spent here at WAMS, and as a class, we've had arguments. We fought, we laughed, we sang High School Musical, we cried, we became friends, and we even grew apart from old friends. I'll never forget my first day here at WAMS. I will remember asking people to put in my locker combination because I'd never get it right, walking into the wrong class, not having anyone to sit with at lunch, and asking upperclassmen to show me to my next class. I know I wasn't alone on this. A lot has happened since then. We got taller, braces were taken off, and we grew to be the people we are today. Our senior year was very interesting. I mean, we were lucky enough to get to wear the amazingly trendy black and white polos, paired with some stylish black or khaki pants, and to complete the look, a nubby fleece just put it all together. With some senior privileges revoked, things just didn't go as planned. If you take anything from this school year, take this. When life doesn't go exactly as planned, you can either complain or you can accept it and move on to bigger and better things. Everything always works out in the end, so if something's not working out, then it's just not the end. I can't stand up here and promise to you all that life is going to be swell from here on out, because it might not be like that for some of us. You might not get the job you wanted, you might have to work overtime to make ends meet, you might not know what you want to be, you might be overwhelmed by bills, and you might want to settle. Whatever situation you're in, don't give up. Giving up on something requires you to sell yourself short and to allow fear and struggles to limit your opportunities and hold you back. Giving up also turns you into your biggest enemy. Failure only comes when you decide to stop trying in life. When we were put on this earth to excel, to create, to live, to laugh, to love, and to achieve. One of the most influential people in history said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. There are 3 types of people in life: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what just happened. Always strive to be the person who makes things happen. Be the advocate for your own future, because you are the only one responsible for what happens after high school. Class of 2016, we are so much more than you think. We are doctors, psychologists, engineers, accountants, lawyers, teachers, nurses, artists, singers, dancers, musicians, actors, physical therapists, surgeons, hairdressers, and even U.S. military personnel. Again, I say we are the future. Whatever you decide to do in life, remember to put your all into it, and don't stop until your good is better and your better is your best. So always remember the 5 W's of life: who, what, when, where, and why. Who you are is what makes you special. What lies ahead will always be a mystery. When life pushes you over, you push back harder. Where there are choices to make the ones you won't regret. And lastly, why things happen will never be certain, but accept it and continue moving forward. This is the beginning of the beginning, the start of your life. Prepare yourselves, because it's not always going to be easy. Do what makes you happy from now on. Don't spend your life trying to impress others and being who you aren't. Despite what others think about you or say to you, I believe in you, and so does everyone in this room. Even if you don't have a plan right now, trust me, you have a purpose. Thank you for allowing me to represent the best senior class in all of Waterbury. As we leave high school and go off to college, always remember one thing. Remember that this is your life and your future. No one else can live it for you. I know that our futures are going to be so bright. We just have to put shades on. Thank you, and congrats to the class of 2016.
Wow, that was excellent. Okay, thank you, Kabea. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you and welcome our first speaker, the Waterbury Board of Education President, Ms. Elizabeth Brown.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much, yeah.
The shades are there if you need.
I know, I should put my sunglasses on. Thank you, Marlene. That was just a phenomenal speech. Thank you so much for your energy and your enthusiasm. Welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and on behalf of the Board of Education, Commissioner Stango, Commissioner Theriault here tonight, really, this is a great night, and we really wish you all the best. You know, as I see you young students walking down, I mean, the energy and the excitement is just palpable. And we are thrilled for you, and we know, as Marlene just said, you're going to have bright futures and never give up. My niece attended WAMS, and she graduated a couple years ago, and she was part of the theatrical performance Into the Woods. And it's a great performance. As usual, WAMS puts on the best performances. But as I think about the students here and that wonderful play, and all those fairy tale characters just, you know, getting out of their comfort zone, and, you know, the wolf, and they're all going into the woods, and you know, did Cinderella really want to be a princess? And did Little Red Riding Hood really want to go visit her grandmother? But all the characters just got out of their comfort zone and experienced whole different things. And as you look at it, you know, they were stereotypical, right? Was the wolf really bad? Was, you know, Little Red Riding Hood, did she really want to help her grandmother? Did Rapunzel want to stay up in that castle all the time? So these fairy tales, I think, reflect, and when you're going out into the world, into the woods, if you will, that put all those stereotypes aside. You are your own person, and no one can take that away from you. You will go into the woods, and there will be good people, there will be bad people, as we witness this horrific Orlando massacre this week. There'll be tragedies, there'll be celebrations, there'll be so much ahead of you. But do take yourself and get out of your comfort zone and try new things, and really, your woods, you will make the way you will. So thank you very much for all you have done. I want to thank the faculty and Principal Elias. This is a great school, and we're very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Brown. At this time, I am extremely pleased to introduce Board of Education Commissioner, Mr. Charles Stango. Mr. Stango?
Thank you, Mr. Knoll. Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you again, Mr. Knoll. It's an honor to be here. I look forward to coming to the WAMS graduation every year. I try to make this graduation. I try not to miss it. And I know your time here at WAMS has awakened your mind and soul to all the creative opportunities that you have. And you have many of them. You know what they are. They're all within your reach. On the Board of Education, we often speak about arts and education. It's always been a goal. That's a catchphrase now around the educational jargon, arts and education. But I don't have to tell you, this group, the importance of that, because you have been there, did that for 7 years, for the most part, here at the Waterbury Arts Magnet School, and that was a great opportunity. I am sure you know the story, but several years ago, a middle-aged woman named Susan Boyle made her way to a stage on a show called Britain's Got Talent. Her only goal was to sing like a popular music star. The audience's snickers and whispers from the judges were clearly evident. People wondered, how can this seemingly frumpy, non-star-like woman even dare to come onto the stage on public, national, international TV? When she began, judgment and amusement changed to open-mouthed astonishment as she began to sing. I dreamed a dream from Les Mis. I'm not going to sing that for you now, thank God for that, but the audience stood and applauded as she simply stood there and sang each note perfectly. She changed people's preconceived impressions of her and made them see what she can really do. You, this class of 2016, will be moving forward today into the next phase of your life, and you will meet many new people as you go. Unfortunately, the tendency to judge people on looks is something we all tend to do. I will ask you to be open to people. Do not falsely judge them, as I know for sure you would not want to be falsely judged. Be accepting of what you see and what you do not see. Be open to surprises. Let these folks that you meet amaze you, because they will, and you, in turn, will amaze them. Choose the way of acceptance. I guarantee you, you will be a better person and a happier person for that. Remember, everyone, you are one of a kind. WAMS is one of a kind high school. Never forget that. Congratulations, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Stango. Thank you, President Brown, for both of, not only for being here, but for all that you do for us on the Board of Education. And we should recognize that, along with two other people here who do not wish to speak but need to be recognized for all of their efforts in helping us here at WAMS and other schools in the city. Commissioner Mr. John Theriault, and ILD, Instructional Leadership Director, Mr. Paul White. At this time, we will begin presenting our 2016 graduating program. This year's program is really unique. Rather than the traditional valedictorian salutatorian, we are privileged this year to have two co-valedictorians and an essayist. So with no further ado, I am very proud to call up our 2016 Arts Magnet School essayist, Catherine Ross.
To start off, I would like to say congratulations, WAMS class of 2016. We have all worked extremely hard to get to this point. You and your family should be very proud of everything you have accomplished so far. However, this is not the end. We will all go on to conquer different challenges in life, and I want to wish you all the best of luck. This evening, I would like to talk to you about memories. I bet you can all think of a million memories you have, whether they are good or bad. You have memories from years ago when you couldn't tie your shoes, just yesterday at our first graduation rehearsal. We all have memories who define us as people, define who we are as people. My favorite memory would be from my first Habitat for Humanity house blessing. This was the summer before our sophomore year, and I went to welcome the family into their new home. It was at this time I knew that this is how I was going to leave my mark on the school and the community. So, before I continue, I want to thank each and every one of you for allowing that memory to grow into an amazing reality. You all had an impact on Habitat in some way, and because of you, our campus chapter has had its most successful year since it began. With all your support, we're able to help countless people in the greater Waterbury area and beyond. But before I continue, I want everyone to think of their favorite memory, a memory that makes you smile uncontrollably. I know whenever I think of my memory, I wish I could go back and relive it every day. Dr. Seuss puts it best when saying, "Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." Personally, I had no clue that that moment would make me the person I am today. At the time, it was a nice ceremony for an extremely deserving family. Now, it's what pushes me to help everyone and anyone I can. I see now that it's the little moments that make us who we are and define us as individuals. Now, it's time for the sappy portion of my speech. Like many of us in this room, I will not remember every moment that it made my high school experience incredible. I will not remember every schwoodja from Mr. Reinald or every Scooby-Doo from Miss Casey. I will not remember every Ross or Rossamania from Mr. P and Mr. V as I walked down the halls. I will not remember all the EAR forms I had to fix with Mr. Post, or all the heartwarming smiles and coffeehouse kerfuffles with Chip. I will not remember every Star Wars reference or tree falling with Mr. Schulte. I will not remember every single heart-to-heart bench session with Miss Plenzio or Mrs. Smith. I will not remember all the low blows taken with strength by Mr. Baker and Mr. Menta at the carnival. I will not remember every time Dow came to fix Farha's computer, or every motivational speech from Darnell. I won't remember hearing hearing "It's the Ross Girl" every time I passed Mr. Moe in the halls, or the happy birthdays from Miss LeBlanc. Speaking of which, happy birthday, Arlene. We're finally legal. I won't remember all of Mr. Sterling's free blessing Fridays or Mrs. Case's rapid conducting and enthusiasm in orchestra. I will not remember all the days Mr. Northrop wore his flip-flops to school, or the countless number of times Jan printed my transcript and already knew my name. I will not remember every single time Mr. Brady told me that a continuous function can have discontinuity, or something like that. I will not remember all of Mr. Osbleck's plagiarism and MLA subtweets, or where Miss Park jumped for joy in her 4-inch heels over figurative language in The Tale of Two Cities. I will not remember when Miss Curley and I sat after school to talk about Disney movies for an hour, or when Miss Worth told me I wasn't as bad a dancer as I thought I was. I will not remember every single hug from Miss Elias, or every good morning when I came down to read the morning announcements from Miss Moore. I will not remember all the jokes I cracked with Gumby when getting posters for the Endless Habitat events, or the class-wide discussions with Mr. Specia. I will not remember every time I freaked out over an Amsco packet from Mr. Andresch, or the time Mr. Butler played Dance Dance Revolution with us. I will not remember when we discovered that Mr. Aranmo kept wheat in his closet, or when Miss Washington wore a rain jacket and shower cap to the spring carnival. I will not remember every time Miss Fitz was screaming down the hallways, or every time Mr. Q gave me a container full of change to cash in at the bank, or every Camel animal cracker pulled out of his desk. And I will not remember every teacher I was not able to create memories with, but I know I will wish I had the chance. Even without remembering all these moments, I will remember that WAMS was the place where I learned amazing things from amazing teachers I wouldn't trade in for the world. We will all leave the palace today, not with a million moments, but a million memories, skills, and lessons that will last a lifetime. On behalf of the entire senior class, I would like to thank each and every one of you for these moments and soon-to-be memories. You all have done something to make me the person I am today and to make us the graduating class that we have become. For that, you have my undying appreciation. I would also like to show my appreciation to every senior in this room. It is you that made these years everything they were. While high school had its low points, there were dozens of positive moments for us to remember. Each and every one of us brought something to this class, and it made some kind of impact on someone else. We did more than just pass our classes and put on this cap and gown. We made our school our own. Now, I challenge you all to do that again, whether it be at college, work, home, or wherever your path may lead. Do something that will make a difference in someone's life, no matter the size. By doing that, you will not only create your own memories, but allow someone else to have one that they could not have gotten without you. In my last words, I want everyone in this room, whether a student, family member, or piece of the WAMS faculty, to cherish the moments as long as you can, and then keep them as memories close to your heart. They are what, and always will, define you. Thank you for your time and the memories. And once again, congratulations, WAMS class of 2016. We did it! Thank you. and Arlene. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce our first co-valedictorian, Jade Rose Blanchette.
Good evening, all. Before I start, I would like to thank all of you for being here. Without you, we simply wouldn't be where we are today. Well, all right, I've never been good at putting my thoughts into words, but here goes nothing. How can I even begin to sum up the past 4 years of my life? Well, as I sat here preparing for the speech, I thought, wow, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I have to think of nice things to say. No, but all lame jokes aside, coming to WAMS was one of the better decisions I've made in my 17 years of life. It's truly been worth every moment. I've made some long-term friends here. I've learned many lessons, more than just those that were taught within the classroom. And I've grown into a person that I am proud to be. Now, I know some of you have been here longer than just these 4 years, and some have been here for less than that. But tonight, we all get to share this moment together, regardless of the actual amount of time we've spent with each other. Some of you I gladly got to know well, and sadly, I didn't get to know some of you well enough, and even more unfortunately, I got to know some of you. No, I love all of you, you guys know that. But whether you like it to admit it or not, we've all been through a lot together. It's amazing to think that these last 4 years have been experienced in a different way by each and every one of us sitting here tonight. We've all fought our own battles, our own demons to get here, and I am proud to say that we've made it. We've all worked hard to earn this night. I know I have. The sleepless nights, the crazy AP tests messing with our psyches, and holding in the inner anger when people in the hallway would seem to walk a -2 miles per hour has finally paid off. We deserve this, and I plan to continue to work hard like I hope you do, so that one day the people we once knew, even the ones who didn't believe in us, will be bragging about how they knew us. And if there's anything that you take away from me standing here in front of you today, let it be one of the many lessons that I have personally learned here at WAMS. There is always going to be someone who will undermine you and your achievements. There will always be someone who will try to take credit for your successes. But at the end of the day, you, and truly only you, will know what you have accomplished. And sometimes that has to be enough. And as we continue on this journey and on our separate paths, don't forget to enjoy every moment of it. Laugh hard, cry too, pet as many dogs as you can, and regret nothing. As Paris Geller once said, I want to live my life so that I'll be able to read an in-depth biography of myself in later years and not puke. A quote I try to live by. But on a more serious note, I'd like to also talk about the tragedy that has recently occurred in Orlando. As I assume all of you have heard about the shooting that took 50 lives early Sunday morning and injured many more. And of course, our thoughts and prayers remain with everyone afflicted, the victims, their families, the LGBTQ community. But what I really want to say is that the hatred that has fueled this act of horror must be stopped. To all of you sitting here today with me, we are all capable of making a change in this world, in the acceptance of others and spreading love instead of letting hate taint our hearts. It is times like these that remind us how cruel the world can be, but we must remain strong and unite together. This evil, the hatred, can be stopped, but not if we sit idly by without pushing for a change. Tweeting about something and actually doing it are two different things. We are the future, and I hope that what you bring with you into this new world we are creating is love. Learn to forgive and love others. Never take your loved ones for granted. Cherish every precious moment we get in this life. We only get one chance at it. Let's make it count. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016. And now, I'd like to introduce my fellow co-valedictorian, Emma Kate Lewis.
Greetings, class of 2016. I come bearing a message. The end is nigh. That's what it feels like anyway. We are here. We're about to graduate. There is something so final about this moment that hasn't quite hit yet. I'm waiting for it to hit. I'm going to cry when it does. After this ceremony, we are free. You can practically smell the freedom outside those doors. All that stands between you and the real world is a line of people and a few more speeches, so just be glad this is a small school and the line is fairly short. We will never again have to come to this school, go through the daily motions, and have our lives tied together in such a way. Well, after grad night. The memory of this day already feels bittersweet. That sounds crazy since I can't have a bittersweet memory if this day hasn't happened yet, but it is the idea of this day that is bittersweet to me, that soon all I will have is a memory. We are here for one last hurrah. We are leaving behind a life that, for some of us, has been our reality for 7 years. This will no longer be ours. It already isn't. This past year, I've walked the halls and been very confused by the people I see around me. There are so many kids I don't know. Every day, a new face shows up. The children are taking over. It used to be that I knew all the faces of the school because it was our place, it was our world. Everything in this world was familiar. We all made up this world, and it was a part of us. Today, that world disappears forever. All that will remain are memories and remembrances, artifacts of a bygone age. Today is a long time coming. In 6th grade, it seemed eons away. It seemed like it would take forever for us to ever be old like the high schoolers. According to my 11-year-old sister, 7 years is forever, so. The year 2016 has loomed in my mind since 4th grade, when I first learned what year I'd actually be graduating. It came far sooner than I ever thought it would. To a 4th grader, 7 years is the difference between them and people who are allowed to drive. To an 11-year-old, 7 years is over half their lifetime and the difference between them and people who can vote. To a 17 or 18-year-old, 7 years isn't even half of their lifetime. 4 years of high school is an even smaller fraction of our lives. It will shrink with every passing year. But that doesn't make it insignificant. No. We are here to honor our sacrifice. And I say sacrifice when I mean all the hours spent walking upstairs, struggling through advisory, and conforming to dress code. Yeah. But we did it. We made it through all the classes and the hassle, and the good times too. We finished high school, and so we wear the robes, we walk the path, and we continue the tradition. I wonder about those who have walked before us. Mainly it's because I'm a little history crazed that I always end up thinking about the complexities of people throughout time. No one is flat or two-dimensional. Every life has layers of emotions, difficulties, and triumphs. Everyone who has ever gone before us faced the same ceremony we do. I wonder. Well, they left behind their world for the future as we are now leaving ours. I wonder, what did their future look like? There has been so much talk of the future today. It is there, waiting for us, with the freedom outside the doors, and will be ours within the next half hour, give or take. I'm not very good with time, I'm sorry. The next year, the future will belong to the class of 2017. The year after that, the class of 2018. And down the line, the future passes. One day, a new generation will ascend these stairs. They will look back on our time, question our fashion choices, and be glad that they live in their time instead of the horrifyingly backwards 2010s. Maybe, just maybe, someone will wonder about the classes of yesteryear and think of us as they take the stage. But that future doesn't exist yet. This moment will end, but right now, it feels infinite. We are here, gathered as a class for the last time. Take a deep breath in. Savor these last few minutes. We cannot ever come back and revisit this scene. Look around you and try to remember who you see, what you feel, and how this moment has come to be. At the end of 8th grade, I wrote a note to myself in my yearbook. I had forgotten it was there until last year. In it, I urged my future self to remember what it was like to be in that moment, watching everyone write to each other and sharing their experiences. To remember sitting there, thinking of what was to come and wondering how the years would change me. I wanted to remember everything. I thought that I could recall every last detail of that day if I tried hard enough. Last year, I remembered some details. This year, they dwindle further. Somewhere, I may remember who I talked to, what I said, and how I felt, but it is not easily recalled. We are impermanent, and we are always changing. But I want you all to try to remember yourselves in this moment, because it is the last time we will ever live this life. After this ceremony, we will lose a bond. We will no longer be classmates, only people who once went to high school with each other. We will no longer be high schoolers, but we will go into the world and become adults. I'm just letting that sink in for a second. Sorry. This is not an ending. There never is. Life is a never-ending circle without inception or termination. I cannot write an end to something that has no beginning. We end our days here, but a whole new class of students comes in to take our place. People die, but new births come quickly after. People clamor for attention, for some hope of significance in this world, forgetting that the some people, they are the world. We have been a world. Today, that world will change. All of us will move on. Years from now, even if we could return to this world, it would seem foreign to us. Right now, we are still here. Some of us can't wait to leave. Others have been weeping for a while. So just take a second and remember this. Look around you. Remember who you see, what you feel, and what you think. And though memory is unreliable, though there will be many more moments of significance in all of our lives, though someday no one will remember what I said here, I will do my best to keep a promise to my 8th grade self and remember you all. I hope the memory of this grows sweeter with age for all of us. Thank you. Okay. And once again, I am proud to present to you our Waterbury Arts Magnet School Select Choir. Yes, come on up, of course.
step of the way. I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. Will you remember me? That your love passed you by. Weep not for memories. I will remember you. Will you remember me? I will remember you.
Wow. One more time, I think. Wow, that was incredible. Excellent job, students. Ms. Vagnini, Mr. Giacovino, thank you. I think we have some contestants for The Voice that just walked off stage. That was great. As we're getting closer to the largest moment that we've been waiting for here this evening, I want to recognize a couple more folks before I introduce our building principal. First, I'd like to recognize the efforts of my friends and colleagues, Ms. Pat Moore, assistant principal on the high school level, and Mr. Kerry Edwards, assistant principal, middle school principal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this time it gives me extreme pleasure to introduce your and our building principal of the Waterbury Arts Magnet School, Ms. Lauren Elias.
Thank you. President Brown, Commissioner Stango, Commissioner Theriault, Mr. White, administration, staff, parents, families, friends, and the class of 2016. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the Waterbury Arts Magnet School. As I was thinking about what I was going to say to all of you, I thought about the two graduations that I had recently attended, just within the past month. And the first one was mine, and I got this lovely dress there. It would cost more than any dress that I would buy. The first one was mine. I received another master's degree. And this, thank you. And when you get your master's, you get these funny sleeves and you get to hide things in them. So look forward to that too. And my second graduation that I attended was for my youngest daughter. I got to see graduation from both the student's point and from a parent's point. As a student, I sat through graduation that was about 2.5 hours and thought, oh my God, another person is gonna get up and speak. We were outside, it was raining, and all of the faculty was covered in a nice tarp as we sat in the rain. Like, how long is this gonna take? I just want you to call my name, I wanna come up and get my diploma, get off, and then go out and have a nice dinner. So, as a parent, last week I sat there and it hurt me to have that moment end, which I know that you're feeling now, that it's such a big step for you to take as a parent too, to let your child leave an environment where you know that they are safe and protected, and let them out into the world where they're going to have so many experiences, and it's scary. It's scary. They're going to start their own lives. And then I wondered, where did the 4 years go? How did it go by this fast? How is my daughter, now my last of my children, 18 and leaving, and how did this happen? Everyone in this theater today gets to experience one of those experiences I did. And because it's time for me to make my speech, and I love you kids, I'm gonna make it short. So, that's right. Oh, so I can't believe these 2 years that I've been with you went by so fast. Well, a new chapter of your life begins today. It's exciting, challenging, and rewarding. But I stand before you, and I get to experience graduation as a third person, as an observer. I can say all the right things to you now. Oh, I know you're prepared for life. You can make a difference in this world. You can do anything you set your mind to. You'll be rewarded for your hard work. But you guys already know those things. You've already heard them a million times. You can read them in a card. I want to leave a message with you, and my message to all of you is that I am going to miss you. Each and every one of you have touched my life in your own unique way, and I'm glad that you felt comfortable enough to come and talk to me, share your personal business with me, sit there and cry with me sometimes, and laugh and dance. We sang, we did all kinds of, I was Cruella de Vil with you. I danced at the prom with you. I see each of you for the wonderful kids that you are and the uniqueness that you brought to WAMS, and I will never forget any of you. I can honestly say that you have left your mark on me, and that is the greatest feeling I could ever wish for. You've had the best opportunities here at WAMS, and the best teachers, the best teachers. Your parents can be so proud of the young ladies and men that you have become. Congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck in everything you do. Thank you. And now for that portion of the evening that you've been waiting for. I am going to call back up Mr. Knoll. Mr. Knoll and Mrs. Moore are going to do the presentation of your diplomas. So let's go, let's go. I need this. Hold on.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Time we're waiting for. 6 more short speeches, and we will do the diplomas. I'm kidding. Guys, ladies, it's time. All right? Everybody, parents and graduates. Graduates, you've been practicing hard. You know the routine. It is time for the presentation of your diplomas.
Thank you, Mrs. Bannock, for helping.
Ms. Bannock, thank you for your assistance. We will need you. All right, I present to you our graduates, beginning with Laura Elizabeth Adams. Gide Augusto. Amber Iro. William Aldridge. Ahmad Abbas. Anis Arslan. Joseph Michael Mendera. Logan Bandaloni. Octavia Bellardo. Iman Benjamin. Delisha Binns. Delasia Binns. Jade Rose Blanchette. Devon M. Blizzard Jr. Kayla Blizzard. Gina Marie Block. Tamana Cord Barrar. Rachel Marie Brazel. Christopher Thomas Briney. Tiffany Sarah Brophy. Giovanna Nicole Bruno. Hannah Faith Butler. Devin Michael Byers. Chanel Infinity Ambrosia Kennedy. Gina Marie Caracello. Kevin Coelho. Najee S. Collins. Nolan James Cummings. Molly Deneen. Emily P. Farrell. Farha F. Feroz. Zion Francis. Malia Toshia Gaston. Audrey Giordano. Andre Guire. Aliana Cassandra Gonzalez. Crystal Lynn Gonzalez. Jillian Elizabeth Green. Shelby Lynn Griffin. Jessica D. Guardado. Jenna Alicia Guerin. Amanda Hackney. Ryan Hamill. Diamond Latifa Harris. Julia Hazelton. Kelsey Hazelton. Isaiah Jovan Hernandez. Shania Howard. Christian Janis. Marlene Cabella. And Jasmine Knight. Jasmine M. Knight. At this time, I'm going to call upon my colleague, Assistant Principal Ms. Moore, to finish presenting the diplomas.
Molly Labar. Miles Labar. Jacob Terrence Levin. Emma Kate Lewis. Quanjay Bouvier Love. Taylor Manigan. Shayna M. Martin. Faith Maria Mates. Anaya Page Matthews. Alberta Mora. Danima Cheyenne Mays. Heather McLeod. Noemi Alexandra Delgado Mecca. Idesha Elise Miles. Johnny O. Milan Santiago. Natalia Morales. Jane Elizabeth Morrison. Gabrielle Moss. Allison Mulhall. Jillian Mulligan. Catherine Nicholson. Arlene Onse. Cruz Pacheco. Emily Ruth Pels. Zaya S. Powell. Oliver Reynoso. Mariah Ricketts. Jamie M. Rinaldi. Ryan H. Rinaldi. Rafael Rivera Jr. Andre Rodriguez III. Andre Roscoe Jr. Catherine Elizabeth Ross. Demel Roundtree. Victoria Santiago. Melvin Santos. Lucas Riley Savage. Taylor Chappelle. Zena Shore. Mariana Soto. Melissa Marie Soto. Tristan Stabile de Benedict. Brianna May Stankiewicz. Raina Levon Stewart. Jamie Sullivan. Adriana M. Taplin. Jasmine T. Taylor. Antonio Juza Santos Texera. Sylvia Tella. Josemarie Carmen Toledo Reyes. Vilkas Vilkunis Olsen. Thomas Vaughn. Emily Berdosi. Caitlin Voidy. Shakaya Wilcott. Raul Walia. Isaac Warner. Marquise A. Watson. Jalea Mia West.
Wonderful. Well, before we conclude, I'd like to say congratulations to our graduates, but I hope all of you and all of your families enjoy this wonderful moment evening. And to bring it to a closure, I'm going to ask that we have our class president, again, Marlene Cabea, come on up and present the moving of the tassels and to lead our procession. Parents, family, the only thing I'm going to ask is when we do this and the kids do leave, you don't have to stay seated, but please stay within your seat till the last graduate is left with their class and can meet them out in the courtyard. And I would like to acknowledge our two marshals, Justice and Brock, right here. This is the first time we've ever done this. These are our junior 1 and 2 class rank right now. And we're trying to allow them some buy-in in the senior commencement exercises. So this is the first time here that we've ever done this at WAMS. Idea was Mrs. Elias's, but I'll take credit for it. So I'd like to acknowledge the two of them and thank them for their efforts this evening. And enough of me. Come on up, Marlene. Come on.
Will the class of 2016 please rise? Please join me in turning your tassels. Congratulations, class of 2016.